The FBI in Australia? Oh yes, you read that right. A trusted source has dropped an absolute bombshell, and I want you to really drink in what I'm saying here. The Commonwealth of Australia, they're pursuing a federal criminal investigation into that certain person for perjury and demanding the perjury of third parties in a prior criminal matter. According to American witnesses who have been providing evidence to Australian prosecutors, Australia has contacted them through and in coordination with the FBI. Now that is some huge news. You and I, we're going to talk about the details here. But yeah, I would even go as far as to say that this is the first objective win for JD and his team. Oh man, fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. And if you would, before we get started, share this video far and wide. Everyone needs to know what's going on. I mean, this is huge news. I can't say that enough. Also, make sure you comment, make sure you like. That kind of stuff, it feeds the algorithm. If you're subscribed to the channel, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, well, I'm going to ask you to please do so. Thank you. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to remind you of something. I want to remind you that a certain person out there decided that they would mock the Australian government. They thought that they would post this to Instagram. I guess some habits die hard. What dog? Minimizing everything that's going on when it's not about that. It's about perjury. It's about asking others to perjure themselves. And yeah, Australia, they didn't seem to be in on the punchline. With that in mind, I want to play a video for you. It's not extremely long, but it is extremely powerful. And I want you to remember, this isn't some assortment of random people discussing topics. This is the Department of Agriculture. This is the AFP. This is the Australian government. They're talking about investigating a certain person for perjury, for getting other people to perjure themselves. Yeah, listen to what they have to say here.
There was a question this morning in relation to... I can confirm the department is investigating that matter. So there was evidence presented in the London court case which suggested false statements were provided in the court case in Australia in 2016. So we are investigating that.
So what's the timeline? You expect that investigation and decision made about?
As I understand it, the former state manager of Johnny Depp, Kevin Murphy, said in a witness statement that he was told that he told, quote, by email, telephone and in person that she could not take the dogs to Australia because the relevant paperwork and permits were not complete and the required 10-day quarantine arrangements had not been put in place. Murphy continued, Ms. later told the court in Australia that I had told her it was fine to bring the dogs into Australia. That is false. I never told her this.
Yes, so Senator, we understand that to be the case, or the evidence provided in the London court case, and giving a false testimony is an offence under the Crimes Act, so that is what we are now investigating.
Now, there's one thing that I really want to applaud in that video, and that is the mention of one Kevin Murphy. Why? Because he revealed something extraordinary. I mean, if you look at this letter here, this is from Marty Singer. This is one of the most powerful lawyers in Hollywood. I want to stress that too. Most powerful lawyers in Hollywood. You see, the subject of this is attorney privilege. So this is under attorney-client privilege. The problem is that they get someone else involved that isn't the client. And they ask him in no uncertain terms, not only if he will perjure himself, I mean that's bad enough, but also if he would take that certain person's former assistant, drag them into this too, and have them perjure themselves as well. Now, if you doubt any of this, by the way, Marty Singer, again, most powerful lawyer in Hollywood, he spells this out in black and white. I mean, listen to this here. If you look at my email below on October 9th, I responded to Carl's email when he said he thought you could get Kate to sign a statement that would be great. Therefore, if you could get Kate to sign a statement, it would be great. I don't know what your relationship with her is at the time since you fired her. You have to be careful that she will cooperate and not go public if you ask her to not be truthful. You notice those words there at the end, if you ask her to not be truthful. Again, they know that they're not telling the truth, and now Australia, they know that they're not telling the truth here too, and that's all because of Kevin Murphy. Now, for a few months, people knew that this stuff had been discussed, but they didn't know exactly what was going on until this hit. And this, it revealed so much about what was happening. You'll notice where this comes from here. This is from the Australian government. Interestingly enough, that is on their letterhead, Australian government, Department of Agriculture, Water and Environment, and you can see what this is a response to. This is a response to a Freedom of Information request. Now, this Freedom of Information release, it is an absolute beast too. Why? Because of what it discloses here. I want to read you something. I want to read you what documents are included, how many pages they are, the date, that is very important, and just the description. We're not going to go into anything until we hit number 3. Number 3, that is, woo, man. So document number 1 here, 3 pages. You see the dates on this? This goes all the way back to 2015, so there's nothing recent. This is a statement for a Customs and Border Protection officer. Same thing with number 2. You have pages 4 through 8. This goes back to 2015. This is another statement from a Customs and Border Protection officer. When you get to number 3, though, this is 2 pages here. You'll notice the date on this. Oh man, it just modernized. What does it say about this? Investigation Progress Report. Now this stuff, it's been exempted in full. That means it's not included in here. You're going to get these 2 statements, but this just comes with a big redaction post. And the reason it says this is so telling. Pages 9 and 10. Information in relation to a current investigation exempted under Section 37(1)(a). So they're telling you this is going on right now. The same thing transpires for pages 11 and page 12. You have 2020. This is another investigation progress report. It's been exempted because, again, current investigation. Now that was all that we knew was going on until a source revealed. Again, listen to what I'm saying in this. The Commonwealth of Australia, they're pursuing a federal criminal investigation into that person for perjury and demanding the perjury of third parties in a prior criminal matter. So that lays it out. You understand that statement. Also, according to American witnesses who have been providing evidence to Australian prosecutors, Australia has contacted them through and in coordination with the FBI. A federal criminal investigation. Oh, the FBI. Wow indeed. Now I want to reach out to both sides too, and I invite them the opportunity to speak on this. If they'd like to provide a comment, they are more than welcome. I will do a video on that if either one of them wants to comment here. But yeah, you let me know what you think about this. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff possible. Never forget that. You are the one that makes this work. And if you want to help the channel out, well, like I said, share, comment, like, but also check out the links in the description. They help the channel out. But you being here, you spreading this word, that helps too. So thank you. I appreciate you, and we will see you soon.